Today we are breaking down Burna Boy's video, Monsters You Made. This song is not your ordinary song. It's not your ordinary song that you're going to hear on the radio and then just nod your head and then just, shake and then tap your feet and then that is it. Probably hear it in the club and then just, no. This song is just not a song. This song, it's a history lesson, an emancipation message, a message to African leaders, and a call to action. So, like I said, we are breaking down Burna Boy's Monsters You Made, and I'm not going to talk too much. We're just going to get into it. So, here we go. Let's go. All right, before we get into the history lesson that I was talking about, let's just do a little background story here. Burna Boy is from the Niger Delta, and then the Niger Delta is the region where all of Nigeria's oil is coming from. Yeah, so literally they are the backbone of Nigeria. We know Nigeria's economy is hugely based on oil. When that region is one of the poorly developed regions in Nigeria, with all the oils that the governments and the oil companies have been taking from there since the 1950s, the region is still poorly developed. They have nothing to show for it. And apart from the fact that they have nothing to show for it, they actually are experiencing worse things than regions that are not contributing anything. There is pollution. There are a lot of things. The oils are spilling into the rivers and the youth there are not even getting work to do. Yeah, so that is the backstory. And then that is the region where Burna Boy is coming from. And then this song talks about that region. So that is a little backstory that I want us to know. Let's get back into the music.
The way. Calling me a monster just cause we say it. We're from the block where it rains, where we create barricades, keep our position away. That's why we're strapped with the case. Don't get kidnapped from your place, cause it could happen today. Not knowing how to behave, that is a sign that you made.
Because big shell companies are siphoning oil. They are not giving anything. All they are giving is pollution. The government is also doing the same. A movement was formed known as the Movement for Emancipation of Niger Delta. And then this was led by a man popularly known as Boyloff. Yeah, so in the beginning, the voice over that you were hearing, that was Boyloff telling the government that the region is still underdeveloped, and then the government is continuing to marginalize the people from that region. The movement for emancipation of the Niger Delta was that group that would form barricades, they were carrying guns, and then they were kidnapping people, and then that was the way that they used to get funds to fund their activities in that region. They were called militants in that area. So that is what Burna Boy described, and then that region is known for a lot of rainfall. That is what he's described at this point.
Just lose your life with the waste, your body found in the lake. You fucked around and the fisherman found you drowning for days. You know we come from a place where people smile but it's fake. How could they smile if you look around? They surrounded by pain. I seen the smash in the rain. It took the life of the day. It's like
yeah, so like I said, this is a region that it's seen pain because previously people that were protesting against some of these big oil companies were protesting peacefully. Even with these peaceful protests, the leaders of some of these organizations were captured and executed by the then military government. And until now, no one has been held accountable. So this is the pain that people are going through. Burna Boy describes an event where the sky turns into gray, and then that is the pollution that he's talking about. These oil companies are burning petroleum, and then the smoke is just going into the sky, taking the day out of the sky. And how do people living in this environment smile genuinely? They are smiling, but it's fake smile. Let's go on.
Like like the heads of the state ain't comprehending the hate that the oppressed generate when they've been working like slaves to get some minimum wage. You turn around and you blame them for their anger and rage. Put them in shackles and chains because of what they became. We are the monsters you made.
Yeah, so like I said, the then military government during that time was using force and suppression to calm protesters, to stop protesters, and then actually led to the capturing and then the execution of people who were protesting peacefully. During that time, people who were protesting, some of them would be locked up, would be chained up, killed, executed, and all of that. And then that is what Burna Boy is describing at this moment. That after you've done all of this, people are angry. And then now that they are showing their anger by this time around deciding not to protest peacefully but violently, making barricades, carrying guns, and then kidnapping, which it is you, the government, that you've made them like that. It is you, the shell companies, that you've made them angry, and then now they are raging. And then you turn around to call them monsters, not knowing that you are the one who made them monsters. Yeah, so that is basically the first verse. The first verse is talking about how the Nigerian government and then the big shell companies have sidelined, have marginalized people in the Niger Delta area for years now. Let's continue.
Calling me a monster, calling us fake. You make them out until the dawn is awake. Calling me a monster just cause we say it. No way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster, make no mistake. That there's only so much that you can take. La-dee-da-da-dee-dee-da-da-dee-da. We are the monsters.
Yeah, so like I said, this message right here, it doesn't go to just the Nigerian government. It goes to all African leaders who have decided to enrich themselves with our properties, with our resources. This message goes to you that there is so much that you can take. And then the monitor and then the dinosaur is awake. It's just about time that the African youth is going to rise and then take what is theirs, take what belongs to them. Okay, so let's go into the verse 2.
I bet they thought it was cool, probably thought we was fools when we would break all the rules and skip them classes in school. Because the teacher them teaching what the white man them teaching, them European teachings in my African school. So fuck the classes in school, fuck Mango Park and the fool.
I can relate to this part so well, man. Like, I remember when I was in basic school, we never studied anything before slavery. Everything that we studied was during slavery and after slavery. So it seemed like before the white man, Africans had nothing. Africans weren't doing anything. What they taught was from the first white man that came, and then they told us all of their names. They were what? Vasco da Gama, these Portuguese who came. We actually studied every British commissioner in Ghana from the time the British took over till the time Ghana's independence. Not once were we taught about other African heroes that were trying to fight for Africa, that were trying to emancipate Africa. Apart from Kwame Nkrumah, who, yeah, obviously was coming from Ghana, and then some few leaders who helped Kwame Nkrumah to gain independence during that time. Apart from that, names like Taman Sakara, Lumumba, those names, nothing. Those names were missing. Like, it's until recently I knew those names, and then thanks to computer, internet, and all of these things. So you can imagine those who were ahead of us. You will never hear of these names unless you do your own research. He mentioned Mungo Park, and then for those who might not know who Mungo Park is a British explorer who is said to have discovered the Niger River. But then you ask yourself, a river where people were living around its banks, people were fishing in that river. A stranger from nowhere says that he discovers the river. And then that is what we are taught in schools. I did in school in Nigeria, but then yeah, that is what he's talking about. And these are lies. Okay, let's...
They found River Niger, they've been lying to you. Ain't no denying the truth. See what I'm trying to do is draw the line for the mothers crying with dying as youth. Come walk a mile in my shoes. See if you smile at the truth. See if you die just your fool. That's when you might have a clue.
You know, it gets to that point where when you sit down and then you analyze some of the things that Africa has been through, and then you ask yourself, how did I even that happen? Until now, some of the things that we're still going through in this time and age, some of the things you're still going through, and then you sit down and you're like, how is this even happening? In the past, we could understand, but now we have no excuse. Africans have no excuse not to develop themselves. Like he said, we hope we see what he's trying to do. He's trying to wake us up through his music. And then I hope people will not just listen to this music, nod their head, tap their feet, and then that is it. But then listen to it and then see what he's trying to do and then learn something from the music. Because like in the beginning I said, this is not just any ordinary song.
Of what the fuck we go through. You're fucking lucky if you live through the day. Better pray that God always stay with you. Ain't fucking safe any day. The reaper be coming for you. We need a change and it ain't no way I'ma take an excuse. My niggas finding a way or fucking smile in the grave. This is the price that you pay. We are the monsters you made.
Calling me a monster, calling us fake. You make them until they turn us away. Calling me a monster just cause we said no way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster, make no mistake. But there's only so much that you can take. La-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-dee. We are the monsters you made.
The message in this song, man. Wow. This was deep. Burna Boy took this to another level. This was deep. Let's just finish it. Let's just finish it. I'm talking too much. I know. Let's just finish this.
500 years ago. Look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. In exchange for that, we have got nothing. Nothing. And you know it. But don't you think that this is over now? Over when? Is it over?
Now, one thing is I just hope that is not real money though. Yeah, but it's a symbol, you know. He's trying to, money this time wouldn't buy our conscience. We are not going to sell out. So whatever money these shell companies are bringing to destroy our land, whatever money these shell companies are bringing, and then just siphoning all the oil without developing the place where they are getting. Like, how do you destroy the place where you feed? It's only in Africa that people have decided to destroy Africa, even though Africa is the feeding bottle of the world. And it's all because of our leaders. Our leaders are making decisions. Our leaders are signing agreements just like that. Our leaders are giving out our resources just to take pennies that they can spend at the moment, not thinking about the future generation. The voice that was playing was Ama Ata Edu, a renowned Ghanaian author. Yeah, I have the interview here. I'm going to drop the link up here. So you click on it and then you are going to see that interview, which she said that. That is it for Burna Boy's breakdown of Monsters You Made. And this song, man, this song is deep. All right, so thank you very much for sticking with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that. Like, comment, and then share this video with your friends so that this channel would keep growing. Then we would keep on giving you content like this. See you in my next video, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.